Hello, welcome to the Ascot Review. I'm Julio Santarelli, joined by the Sports Daily's Digby, Beacham and Digby. We're reviewing yesterday's card at Ascot. How did you go?
Poorly, to put it mildly, or with a capital P, Jules. It was hard work yesterday. I got off on the wrong foot with Sherpa Lass in race one. From there, it went downhill.
Yeah, favourites were strong early, but a couple of blowouts towards the end of the card.
Yeah.
If you pick the quality, then you're very comfortable with yourself this morning.
You're on good terms with yourself this morning, Jules. So, no, it was tough, and Sherpa Lass was race one, and there was a lot of money, and we talk about it, don't we? Money speaks all languages. Well, certainly there yesterday, Sherpa Lass vindicated the support.
She was very good. She raced on debut at Belmont in August, so now she's unbeaten from two. I think from what Dan Morton said post-race, she has a future in front of her.
Yeah, and the trials had been okay. She'd been trialling against a better calibre of horse that she raced against there yesterday, but she was able to park behind the speed there, Jules. And
there was some hot speed.
There was some good speed, and Pick Your Battles, who I liked, bombed the start from there. He was out of play, and Sherpa Lass just accelerated really quickly in the straight. It was quite a soft win in the end. So first up effort from Sherpa Lass for Chris Parnham and Dan Morton was one to like.
Race number 2 of the program was the Touch Better You Bet made in over 1,500 metres, and nice win by Mr. Milliken and a rails hugging ride by Jade McNaught.
Yeah, it was, Jules. She was first up third there on debut at Bunbury earlier in the month, and it was a good effort. She attacked the line well on that occasion, and there yesterday, even though she drew one, Jade basically stayed to the rails and was able to poke up on the inside, and the manner in which she got to the line suggested that she's a horse with ability. She's only had the 2 starts now, that third at Bunbury, and this was only a 1,500 metre maiden, but she's a filly, and you'd think that she's now heading places, and with the 3-year-old fillies features coming up, who knows, Fred Kersley may well throw her in the deep end.
Anything from behind? What did you make of the run of Glamouresque?
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Fair Rouge was in the market, and I've been reliably informed today by Chris Willers that this filly has pulled up shin sore and will go to the paddock now.
Okay, so that was race 2. Race 3, the Amelia Park Handicap. Bit of drama at the beginning with the scratching of Tycoon Storm at the barriers, so a little bit of a disappointment there for Lindsay Smith. He picked up later in the program, but Bogart's a very good horse.
He is. He's shown some ability. I thought yesterday maybe the 1,400 would be a little bit too short for him. I think he's a horse who is going to get over further as his preparation goes on. With the scratching of Tycoon Storm here, Jules, the whole complexion of the race changed, because in all likelihood she would have gone to the top and probably gone at a more genuine tempo than what Smile For Me did, who was probably suspect at the 1,400, but Bogart, for Chris Graham, was able just to sit back and come with a run. As starting points go, this was a beauty.
Magnificent Man was enormous for Dan Morton, who won previously with Sherpa Lass. So he had shown nothing previously, but it was a big run.
No, and I think that probably goes to show that the yard, Dan Morton's yard's been a little bit quiet, but it's now starting to tick over very, very nicely. So we've seen it with Paris Report.
Yes.
I think you're seeing Dan's yard just starting to find a little bit of form.
And Beethoven there on Saturday
yes,
too for
absolutely.
the
Yep.
So that's a wrap of race number 3. Race number 4 of the program, the Iron Jack Handicap. And gee, this was a tough win from Tolman.
It was. Set the pace there for Mitch Pateman, 60.5, only having his 6th career start. He'd won one race and finished second on 2 other occasions, on third 2 other occasions, and Lonsdale Lady drew 1. There was a lot of support for her, but she was slow to step, and then she was at the mercy of her opposition. Certainly Paul Harvey didn't let her out on Ferradew, Jade McNaught. So Tollman, though, made his own luck out in front and held on as Ferradew sort of really dived at him late, didn't he? But he was good, Tom.
Yeah, he's posting a good record now. He's had the 6 stars, he's had the 2 wins, been placed on the 4 occasions. So, and those placings too, he hasn't been beaten by big margins. So there's something to like about Tolman going forward for Paul Roberts. But as you said, Lonsdale Lady, just no luck. She's looking for more ground. She's on an Oaks campaign, so I wouldn't write her off, Lonsdale Lady. And Criminal Code I thought was okay too.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, this isn't a bad little race. I think Lonsdale Lady will now go to the 1,000 guineas. But Tollman, full credit to him. Ferradew, a mare, blinkers on there yesterday. She'll win her races this time in, and Criminal Code was good. So not a bad little race, that. Race 4.
Race 5 was a blowout. The Key Clean Handicap over 1,100 metres. Support for more races, 5s into 360. No love for Akina Curry. Vern Brockman was just a little bit doubtful first up. May have needed the run, and that's sort of how it transpired. But I don't know how D'Andy's was a surprising winner for Mark Wright. I'm not sure about you, Diggers, but I find it hard to catch a horse like D'Andy's.
Yeah, he's not one of mine. He's done a really good job with him, Mark. It must be said, the horse is getting on in years, but he continues to race really well, and he got the money there yesterday. You're right, there was good money for more races. Had to be ridden really hard by Chris Graham, didn't he, to find the rail, and then found himself just a little bit suspect late, but no, full credit to Craig Staples and Mark Wright with D'Andy's.
Race number 6, and it was the Penfolds handicap over 1,000 metres, and this was a surprise. Cosmic Eyes hadn't returned to the winners list returned to the winners list for the first time in 542 days for Gary Crispin.
And she's deep into her preparation, so it's a really good training effort from Gary to ensure this mare is still racing at a top. Ridiculous speed set up top, to be fair. Olga Louisa, Paul Harvey did not want to surrender the lead. William Pike was really keen and really positive out of the gates with Magical Charge, despite her being first up and also from a wide draw. I think there needs to be a rewiring of Olga Louisa, to be fair.
She only knows one way at the moment, doesn't she?
She never used to be like that, and she was ridden like that in the trial, and she ran really good time, and her 2 runs this time in, she's been really bustled out of the gates. I'm not sure that's the way she rides, that's the way she races her best, but Excellent Dream was in the market here, 12 back to 1,000, but it was a strongly run 1,000. He was found to be wanting late. Full credit to Cosmic Eyes, suited by being back in the field off that hot speed.
Race number 7 was the last of the program. It was the Cambridge Insurance Brokers handicap over the mile, and a good win here from Deputano for Lindsay Smith. Really won with authority.
Yeah, dear, she did, Jules, you're right, and she hadn't been stepping, and she did step there yesterday for Brad, and then he ensured that she was in a nice rhythm, as Lindsay likes his horses to be ridden. He wants them just bowling along at better than average tempo rather than sort of stacking them up, and this filly, back to the mile, was obviously had some fair bit of residual, and over the 1925 at a previous start there in Albany, and she basically gave them a spanking. She won by 2.5 lengths. I'm not saying she's a filly who's going to win an Oaks or anything, but you'd think she's on that path, and whether she has the class of some of the better ones that she will encounter, that remains to be seen. But what we did see there yesterday is a filly who can make her own luck, and that's to be something to be reckoned with as the preparation goes on.
So that is Deputano taking out the last. What did you like out of the meeting, Diggers?
Well, I think you can follow her. Yep. You know, that was a Class 3 race there, Jules, over the mile, and she was up against some handy older horses, and she gave them a bit of a lesson. Miss Dominican, I think you can follow, and the winner of the first, I think,
Sherpa Lass?
Yeah, Sherpa Lass, just because she's 2 for 2, like she can't do any more than what she's done.
So, and obviously Bogart's a very good horse.
Yes, he is, yeah. He's one who has raced in better company than he did yesterday, and I think as his distance has increased, you can follow him as well.
Yeah, maybe Tom on 2 is one to follow.
Yeah, he's okay. There's no knock on him, is there? 6 starts and he's 2-2-2.
Beautiful. Well, we'll look forward to your company again. And next week, that was the Ascot Wrap of Wednesday's meeting. Thanks for your time.